Hey guys, this is the YouTube version of my show. I don't love the idea of even putting it out like this, but I'm going to use YouTube to stay in touch with you guys from now on. That means this version is missing all the stories about coronavirus, insurrection, your Second Amendment rights, and more. All of these, of course, are usually my most honest, brutal, and important stories. Anyway, you can get the entire unfiltered and uncensored show for free by going to thecomicsgym.com or nickdip.com. It's still free on both of these sites, too. And if you want extra content each day, join at patreon.com or thecomicsgym.com for the daily encore show. Also, while you're on these sites, please make a contribution to keep this show free and check out my tour dates. I'll be in Phoenix, Raleigh, New York, and Texas in the up-and-coming months. Remember, you guys keep thinking it, I'll keep saying it, and please enjoy and please share today's episode. Talk to you soon. Oh, yeah. How are you, folks? Welcome to the show, you dirty pigs, you fucking homos. Good night, everybody. Had a good career, and put that on Facebook. Wherever. I'm banned throughout the universe for saying, hey, masks are bad for you. You deserve to die. Well, all that's going to change, you left-wing cocksuckers, you anti-First Amendment motherless fuckstains. Even though Twitter is the smallest of all these platforms, it's one of the most influential. And yeah, that's right. There's a man in charge now who's not afraid of free speech. These cocksuckers, you better free ride. I'll get you in a few minutes. First, my Red Sox. Again, 2 nights ago, they're no-hit into the fucking 10th inning. They go ahead by 2 runs and lose in the bottom of the 10th. Last night. Down 2-0. 8th inning, we tie it up. Only to fucking give up a grand slam in the 9th or whatever the fuck. Dante Bichette's kid. I call him Sharon. He's got nice long blonde. I like these young. That Vlad Guerrero, his old man would swing at anything. It was like he had a fly swatter up there. He would swing at any and hit it. It would be he hit a ball that bounced. I remember this. It bounced in the dirt in front of the plate, and he still made contact. He would swing it. This kid's got a discerning eye. He's got his old man's power, and he dropped about 30 pounds from last year. Fucking guy almost beat out a ground ball last night. Led the league in fucking, homers, RBIs, OPS, on-base percentage, like every offensive category. The fucking Blue Jays are stocked. That division. Anyways, why am I opening with baseball again? Folks, I can't help it. If you guys are theater majors.
And there's no football.
And there's no football. What do you mean? You're not betting on the USFL? I had the Birmingham -10 last night. And they lost to the Cheese Eaters from Wisconsin. But anyhow, stayed up again till 2:30. Found a spinoff of Evil Lives Here. Something like Shadow, Evil Lives Here in the Shadow. It's a spinoff. Terrible story about a 12-year-old girl doing a paper ride up in Binghamton. It was national news back in the 70s or 80s. Ugh. Some guy a few houses down. Her mother would go, I'm ruining, spoiler alert, her mother would go on the paper route with her every day, just in case, right? One day she doesn't. Her mother had something in the oven, and she said, all right, you can do it, but, be careful, never comes home. Guy about 6 houses down. Rapes her, kills her in the basement. Anyways, that's the lightest story I have. Let's talk about pediatric cancer. I miss those. Well, I think they're still running them. And I'm not making fun of kids with cancer, all right? Matter of fact, I'm signing up for the St. Jude. You send money every month. Fucking little kid needs a wig. He's going to get a wig. Listen, what? That's not even funny. I'm just saying. I miss those commercials with that kid Alec. You know, the little kid in a red shirt. It's a durable blanket. He had Jay Leno disease. I used to say that on my New York radio show. People would go fucking crazy. I don't know. I'm killing time. Any idea what time we started? About 4 minutes ago?
Yeah.
All right. Let me write down. I got a gynecology appointment. Pap smear. And again, I suggest you guys, when you're horny and, I don't know, you're sick of porn, if you want something a little softer, you go to YouTube. They have these female pelvic I say this on stage, now people cry. I go, I got a great marriage. She's upstairs watching Friends reruns. I'm watching pap smears on YouTube. How to do it with a fucking spork and a can of Cheese Whiz. Anyways, let's get right to the big story, ladies and gentlemen. Who am I, Ted Koppel? Don't I have a mouse? Oh. I'm losing my shit. Elon Musk, you know who he is, right? Young kid. Richest, $276 billion. That was last week. It probably compounds ever. Imagine the interest on that. That's just in his savings account at the local bank, folks. 276 bill with a B. What's that like? I'd love to catch him in the dollar store. Elon Musk clinched a deal to buy Twitter Inc. That's good news for people who think like us. You guys know why. For $44 billion, you know, just a quick purchase. On Monday, he did that in a transaction that will shift control of the social media platform populated by millions of Marxist, communist, stinky left-wing fucks. Anyways, populated by millions of users and global leaders to the world's richest person. Global leaders except for Donald Trump. So we will welcome him back with open arms. People are going, you think he'll, what do you mean you think? Fucking, he's taking it over for, it's not for the money. He should make Trump like a fucking, the vice president, a co-partner or some shit. I love Twitter. I could tell anybody to fuck off at any time. I will respond strongly. Anyways, I'm excited about it. You should be too, because you guys think like I do politically, and you should be sick of being. Again, I got shadow banned 6-7 years ago. I was up to 106,000. It was moving nice, and then it started going backwards. They couldn't even fake it with me.
Hey, everybody, we're all going to get laid.
Let's hope so. It is a seminal moment for the 16-year-old company, which emerged as one of the world's most influential public squares and now faces a string of challenges. Oh, does it? Is the First Amendment a real challenge, is it? Musk, who calls himself a free speech absolutist. By the way, folks, I'm just lazy. I didn't take the time to pull clips of all the people that are having meltdowns on MSNBC. There were too many.
You'd be there all night.
Yeah, I should have picked one or two. But again, fucking a girl get kidnapped. I fucking paper route. I had to know what happened. Anyways, he calls himself a free speech absolutist. Has criticized Twitter's moderation. So has anybody that thinks like us. He wants Twitter's algorithm for prioritizing tweets to be public. And you know what that means, folks, because they have these algorithms that pick up on guys like me and you don't hear from me again. Tweets to be public and objects, to given too much power on the service. That makes no sense. I don't know who wrote this. Objects to given power on the service.
And objects to.
Oh my God, hold on. I can't read now. And objects to. Thank you, teacher. Is it not better to? I'm making fun of the guy that wrote it. Public and objects. And objects to giving too much power on the service to corporations that advertise. Anytime, that's always a question when I go to a radio show, you know. Even when I do my podcast, I'm like, who's going to sponsor But, then I look over and Anthony Comia, who's no Shrinking Violet, had sponsors. It was always like sex toy shops. And Daniel Ives, acting manager at Wedbush Securities. He's a financial whiz. He's going to explain what he thinks as far as the purchase of Twitter by Elon. And the first one, he's going to talk about why Twitter finally caved.
I think there were two issues that really changed the board's mind to do a U-turn on the Musk bid. One was the financing. Once Musk outlined the financing, that really was the clock striking 12 for the board, put their feet to the fire. And second was no other bidder coming. Once another bidder did not come, they were at the altar, but no one came. That's why they called back Musk.
I came at my altar when I was getting there. Boy, the priest didn't like that, but he had his hand on my pee-pee. Listen. He's a smart guy. He doesn't like neckties. And then in the second clip, he talks about the possible changes that Elon might make to Twitter, I believe.
I think Musk likely becomes chairman, not CEO, takes historical social media experience, people that come into Twitter, make it a subscription model, probably a paid subscription model, increase cash flow. There will clearly be changes from a constriction in what people could say. And that's going to be a tight wire act, especially in this environment. But ultimately, taking private is going to have a lot of changes for Twitter. But Musk just bet 20% of his net worth on Twitter. It's not just about freedom of speech.
I look at it, that's the reason it is. He don't need the money. He's saying it's investment or whatever the fuck, right? I think that's what he's implying. Well, I don't think he needs another penny. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. I did get a D in fucking finance in college. And my teacher was a football fan and loved me because I played up at me. And I still got a D. Couldn't help it. The Asian kid next to me sick the whole year. There's a joke that's been done 450. I was stealing his intellectual property. I think this is such a great joke. How the fuck is this in place packed with 3 strippers? Male ones. Oh, this feels good. I never had allergies till I moved down here to slave country. Must be the cotton. God damn. Oh, by the way, I scratched my eye the other night. Now I have a light show going on. Have you ever had that? And when I blink, I see like lightning and shit.
Dude, it came at the worst time for me. I was in Afghanistan. We were getting firefights and I couldn't see out of one eye.
Oh, you're kidding me. That's what it looks like, a tracer. Anyway, I think this is, what's his name talking? Elon. Free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, and Twitter is the digital town square where matters vital to the future of humanity are debated, Musk said in a statement. He's goddamn right about that.
It's freedom, baby, yeah!
Former Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey took his time to take his hand off his pee-pee and get out of his fucking chamber bed thing that he sleeps in. Weighed in on the deal late on Monday with a series of tweets that thanked both Musk and current Twitter CEO Parag Agrawal. He's a growling all the time, the motherfucker. Obviously, Indian fella. He's a CEO. For getting the company out of an impossible situation. Twitter as a company has always been my sole issue. This is Dorsey talking. And my biggest regret. It has been owned by Wall Street and the ad model. Taking it back from Wall Street is the correct first step, he said. See that? So all you people that are belly aching, did you hear what their arguments are on the left? A billionaire, the richest guy, that's not good when the richest guy on the planet, owns a piece of, really? Like Zuckerberg and all the other fucking platforms? What are they, owned by, you know what I mean? Somebody come up with something funny. They're owned by whatever. It's not like the Green Bay Packers and the people have a chunk. Maybe it is, I don't know. Twitter shares rose 5.7% on Monday to finish at 51.70. That's still below what remember he put up 54. It was his, the deal represents near 40% premium to the closing price the day before Musk disclosed he had bought more than a 9% staking it. I'm excited. You should.
Oh boy, is this great!
Now I can get back out there, hopefully, and say horrible things. I hope. How does that work? How do I get on shadow banned? You just starts all over? I don't know. Can I keep the 98,000 when I should be at 298,000? You fucking people. Anyways, I used to get drunk and Tommy would go, "What are you doing?" I put it.
Probably why he took it over.
No, it is why I took it over. I used to argue, and then I read one of mine when I sobered up. I went, "Oh, here." I said something about Dorsey. I said, "I hope you get raped in the ass by the second string defensive backs of the fucking University of Michigan." What? All kinds of stupid shit. Anyways, nothing personal, Jack. Just fucking around. But I can't wait to. And the people are threatened on the left. Morning Joe. There's clips all over the place. Again, if I was ambitious, I would have pulled some. But they're shitting their pants. How can you trust anybody who's not a free speech absolutist? They're telling you right there, they want to control you, whatever. And that starts with Obama, that motherfucker. Worst thing that ever happened. Got nothing to do with his race. Matter of fact, his race is the only good thing about his presidency. And he wasted that, too. Anyways, I'm going to come up with a show name for this. That's Morning Joe. I'll be fucking... Hey, people, write in. Here we go. You want to see a storm? Colin Quinn wanted me to call it Happy Hour with Nick the...
Oh, but then we'd have to drink.
Huh? Oh, Jesus. Well, that's how you would take it, yes. Dallas has been known. Him and his wife. I mean, girlfriend, I call him. But holy moly, can they put it away? I go, he goes, "You want me to bring anything?" I'm like, "Yeah, bring your own 4 bottles of wine." I can't find... All right, next story. Louisiana won. Joe Biden, nothing. That's a final, just in. A Louisiana federal court issued a temporary restraining order Monday preventing the Biden administration from lifting pandemic restrictions at the southern border. Yay, yay, yay. Yay, yay, yay. God forbid, right? They got us. They're mulling around whether we should be wearing masks on planes still. But by all means, come on in, third world people. No diseases over there. How fucking... Do you see the way they're treating us? The restrictions known as Title 42... started when Jackie Robinson stole 30 bases on the ball. That's the other thing. No offense to Jackie Robinson. Enough. Enough with everybody wearing 42. He didn't play for the Red Sox. I don't want them all wearing 42. Stop with the shit. If anybody should get the ink, it should be Branch Rickey, who fucking had the balls to sign him. And Jackie, but let's stop, okay? Okay. The restrictions known as Title 42 allows authorities to expel nearly all migrants from the border. This is what Trump put in place, right? In the interest of stopping the spread of the state of Missouri, Arizona, and Louisiana brought suit earlier this month in federal court to keep the restrictions in place. So let's get a dirty judge involved.
Hear ye! Hear ye! The court's in session. The court's in session now. Here come the judge. Here come the judge.
Our office just obtained a temporary restraining order to keep Title 42 in place, Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt tweeted Monday. This is a huge victory for border security, but the fight continues on. Is that Schmitty? Yes, Schmitty. Look at him, huh? Looked like he might have played some ball, some pickleball. Isn't that the big thing now? Yeah. Is that what it's called?
I think the rule is you have to be a certain age to play it. I'm kidding. Only old people play that.
Fucking count me in. Hey, pickleball, I'll show you my pickle. The Centers for Disease Control, that would be the CDC, I call it the Center for Domination and Control, announced April 1st that it had determined a suspension of the right to introduce migrants into the United States is no longer necessary and said the mandated restrictions would be lifted on May 23rd. Why are we still... They're not an agent. They have no gravitas.
Who the fuck are you? Are you writing a book? Who the fuck are you?
I'm the CDC. At the time, the CDC said the order would remain in place for the next 7 weeks to implement appropriate mitigation protocols, such as scaling up programs to provide to migrate. Yeah, make sure they're all Jesus Christ. Excuse me. And prepare for resumption of regular migration. How about this? How about a moratorium on any migration? Legal, illegal, no more people. The party is packed. Okay, it's getting rowdy. People are getting shot. People are drunk. Enough already. It's an experiment that's not working. What I love, I'm going to say this, but nobody better steal this because this is fucking brilliant. I'm waiting until somebody puts me on TV to say it. But the irony of all this shit is the Dems are letting all these third worlders pour over the borders, right? They're coming after the American dream, but they're going to wake up 10 years from now and look around. It's going to look like the shithole they came from. But the politicians, the Dems don't give a fuck because they're still in power. That's what they want, an underclass that they can feed off of. Meanwhile, it'll be as dangerous as El Salvador. So, good luck with that. I should get my own show just because Jesse Waters my ass. Fox News reported Monday that the restraining order prevents any action before a May 13th hearing schedule in the case. Neither the CDC nor the Biden administration have proposed lifting the restrictions earlier than May 23rd. Yeah, I mean, they're just going to take those away and they don't even... I might have missed it. Did Biden administration speak out about the border guy that drowned trying to save a couple cartel members in the river? Did they ever even comment on it? Meanwhile, what's her name? Kamala Harris is like in some country. She, oh my God. Oh my God.
Haven't heard a peep out of her lately.
Well,
It's been a while.
There's a reason for it. You would have thought it was Joe Biden they wanted to keep his mouth shut. She should have stayed silent. After she got like, she is as dumb as a fucking pigeon turd on a windshield. I just made that up. Sounds like from Oklahoma, you know? The decision to end Title 42 authority, named for a 1944 public health law, is being legally challenged by 22 states, which I love, and faces growing division within Biden's Democratic Party. See, even the Dems are fighting over this. Do you understand? The Dems are arguing with each other over this. That's how they're coming apart. They are finished. They might be finished as a party. Again, unless they which people are already mumbling that they're doing already. Representative, and he's a Democrat, Henry Cuellar of Texas Border Democrat, said last week that Biden's hurting their party by ending Title 42. And listen to Mr. Cuellar, again, a Democrat.
This is not good for Democrats in November. In talking to some of my Republican colleagues, they're saying, we can't believe the White House is giving us this narrative. We cannot believe that they're hurting Democrat candidates for the November election.
Yeah. And then he called Biden, and Biden said, what's the problem?
What are we doing? What's going on right now?
I'll tell you what's going on right now. These guys, like, my fucking state looks like fucking Chihuahua, Mexico. Shut the fence. Shut the door. What a stooge. Don't you love it? Libs eating libs, folks. Libs eating libs. I can't wait for November. I can't wait. And if they don't control both chambers, you guys, Republican, you'll never, ever control anything. These guys are serving you, the voters, a fastball down the middle. And the media, well, here's a good thing. Twitter will at least be opened up, right? They won't be doing things like they buried the Hunter laptop story right before the election. Shit like that will be hard to do. I'm hoping with Mr. You-Know-Who, Musk in place. Let's get on to my girlfriend. Big Red dodges Hunter questions. It's always an attractive nickname for a woman. It's like an... Big Red. I just think of, you're probably too young. Dave Casper, tight end for the Raiders in the 70s. One of the first guys that, tight ends used to block all the time. He was one of the first guys they started throwing to, and he had all kinds of records. Big Red. Anyways, that's my girlfriend, Jen Psaki. Psaki! White House Press Secretary, Jen Psaki. Dodged a question Monday about the Post, that's the New York Post, reporting on Hunter Biden's business, no, maybe it's a Washington Post, associate Eric Schwerin's 19 visits to the White House complex while Joe Biden was the VP. PBS reporter Lisa Desjardins, or if you're French, Desjardins. That's how they say it, Desjardins. There's been a bunch of hockey players who know that name. Desjardins asked at Psaki's regular briefing. So, come on, a fucking PBS, did I say? Yeah. Imagine that, asking a tough question of Big Red. Guys, I can't explain it. I know she's hideous, but there's just something about her. Maybe I just want to bang the fucking left wing out of her. I like redheads, even with a face like fucking Herman Munster. Go ahead, let her roll.
On Hunter Biden, the New York Post is reporting, looking at White House visitor logs, there were 19 visits to the White House while the president was vice president by Hunter Biden's business partner, including one with the vice president. Do you help us understand why that business partner had access and what those meetings were about?
I don't have any information on that. I'm happy to check and see if we have any more comment.
I don't have any information. Well, you are the spokesman for the Biden administration. Yeah, but they keep you in the dark about shit like this.
When you get that little red beaver right up there in front of you, I don't think it's crazy at all.
Really? You don't have any? I think they call that willful ignorance, Jen. Is that what they call it? You dumb.
Liar, whore, and you know it.
Those visits during the Obama administration cast further doubt on Biden's claim that he was uninvolved with his son's business activities, which are under investigation by the United States Attorney's Office in Delaware. I'm not even bringing up Tony Bobulinski, who met him. Remember that guy? Moments earlier on the White House lawn, Biden was seen taking a dump. What? Continued walking with the dump on his leg and did not verbally respond when a reporter for the Post asked him why he met with his son's business associate. Can you imagine? Doesn't answer. Trump would answer. Even if Trump was guilty, he'd stop. Oh, you're full of shit.
You're a wormy cocksucker, you know that?
He really is. Schwerin's White House visits included a November 17th, 2010 meeting in the West Wing with Biden himself. This is one of Hunter's partners. There were 8 other meetings between Schwerin and aides to Joe and Jill Biden. Yeah, nothing to see here. From 2009 to 2013. Often a guest at the White House complex is merely recorded as visiting a specific person, when in fact they may speak with many others during the time at the executive complex, meaning Joe Biden may have met with Schwerin on more than one occasion. Here he is saying, "Where's the front door?" Emails from Hunter Biden's laptop. Folks, do you realize if all this came out right before the last election, and it's been proven, Democrats said they would have, 10% of them that voted said they wouldn't have. Not that it matters. I keep forgetting. Emails for Hunter Biden's laptop indicate Schwerin, who was president of Hunter's firm Rosemont Seneca Partners, had access to Joe Biden's personal finances, including that he was involved in the elder Biden's taxes and discussed the vice president's financial future with him. Just think for a second if Trump was half that dirty. They went over him with a fine tooth. Could they find anything? They went over his family members. Biden is dirtier than Trump will ever be. And Trump's the businessman. That's what's funny about it. My God. So this guy was like Charles Schwab, Hunter's partner to fucking Joe. He's like his manages his portfolio. Joe, you got too much shit in the Pacific Rim. We're gonna should get on Disney and they're on the toilet. Netflix. I want to sit on that one. That's my other happy. Boy, if you're have the politics that we do, it's been a good couple weeks. Right? Fucking Disney taking it in the ass. Netflix is going on the dumper. Elon Musk just bought Twitter. All kinds of shit. Now if Pelosi can just develop a lump on her tip.
There are white niggers. I've seen a lot of white niggers in my time.
In our RTR segment, for you new people, that's Reverse the Races tonight. You're out is the headline. According to WHLT. This is considered my light story today, by the way. According to WHLT, a Mississippi Youth League softball ump, she was a white woman. I'm going to tell the story the way it should be told. She was a nice white mother, woman, angel. Got decked by a sorry excuse for a parent, a big fat black woman who should be playing linebacker for the Ravens, of course, she, resorts to violence as they do. Well, Nick, that's because of socioeconomic, whatever, most violent race on the planet. End of fucking story. Don't want to.
You fat, nasty
put her up
black
there.
bitch.
Now let's play the video first. Here we go.
Christy Moore says a mother did to her face after umpiring a 12-year-old softball game in Laurel, Mississippi. Apparently, the mother was using some pretty foul language during the game to the point where Moore asked her to leave.
She told me she wasn't going anywhere with a bunch of cuss words in that.
What?
And so I told the coach that if she didn't leave, the game would be put down as a forfeit. And so he just kind of looked over there and told her to leave. And when she went to walk off, she told me that she was going to slap the F out of me when she was leaving.
The mother made good on that promise.
Pause.
Allegedly.
Listen to this stupid broad doing the story. The mother made good on that promise. What is she, shit-faced? Take it down a notch. Jesus, fuck. Is there anybody training anybody anymore? There's nobody training. Well, it's on my mind. I love UFC as much as anybody. I have to put it down. Daniel Cormier, and they all know this shit. The other guy, the English guy that never shot. I have to turn it down. When Rogan's not there, they fight the fight verbally. Every fight. Now you're exhausted. I'm very conscientious. I listen when people talk. It's a horrible habit. I have to shut the fucking. They don't, and nobody's there to teach them that you have to let the broadcast breathe. You don't have to fucking be verbalizing every move that's made. It's exhausting. God, Joey, you listening to me? Tell them. Joe's fucking. No, I'm not saying because I know him. He knows when to jump in and make a good point and. God, and I like Cormier too, and Bisping is the other one. He's the one. It's like he does meth before he does the. And I understand they are experts at it, but Anyways, back to this black woman sucker punching my fucking old lady.
Waiting in the parking lot for Moore, confronting her, punching her, and then running away. But she wouldn't get away for long. This is that mother, Kiera Thomas, booked into jail,
Look at her
charged
shirt.
with
Mother of the
simple
Year.
assault, wearing a Mother of the Year shirt in her mugshot.
What you smiling at, watermelon?
Can you fucking imagine at a kid's game, waits for the fucking ump? The ignorance is, but why are you living in Mississippi, white lady? What are you doing? The umpire, who is a 10-year veteran of the youth league softball, called the entire thing ridiculous, and then she said this. This has been very, very hard anywhere I go. Of course, at this point, people know who I am, and looking at my eye, and the people that don't know, and they ask, what happened? They applauded when I tell them what happened, but the hardest part of it all was coming home that night and my children seeing me, and they just burst into tears about it. And that was really hard, trying to talk to them, about what happened. Mama. I don't see the big deal. My mother used to go to bed like that every night. She wouldn't listen. Folks, that's a joke. The old man only punched me in the face. He was a Marine. Never closed fist, but that backhand, that's knuckle too, by the way. So's the belt buckle. That fucking stung a tad. Anyways, had it coming every time. When you almost burned the house down with an Elio's pizza because you're drunk, you deserve to be cracked in the head. Thomas was charged with simple assault as opposed to complicated assault because she has the IQ of a doorknob, so it's simple assault. She's simple. The punch was simple. May she die tonight in her sleep. And according to the Laurel Police Department, she has been banned from all rec league activities and facilities in Jones County. Why don't you spade her while you're at it, too, you fuck? Her child's entire team was also removed from the USFA tournament, so the mom wearing a Mother of the Year shirt ruined it for the daughter and for the entire team. What in God's name?
These blacks. Who knows what they're going to take the wrong way?
Violence is never the answer. That's the stupidest thing anybody ever said. How do you think we got this country? From a slap fight? Oh, we noogie in the Indians? Let's be serious, folks. God, this shirt, I lift weights, and now it's fitting me like a T-shirt. I feel like Shannon Sharp. They wear their suits like the T-shirts. That's not how a suit's supposed to fit. Can't even get that right, you dink. Speak of the aforementioned Joey Rogan, he had comments. This happened a few days ago, but I forgot to touch on it. You guys must have seen the clip that went viral of the guy, fucking crazy guy on the plane actually, harassing Tyson. Let me tell you something. Tyson has mellowed out. If this was 20 years ago, he would have snapped that guy's neck within 30 seconds. So Tyson, Joe Rogan was commenting on it. He had a message for the man who Mike Tyson punched on a plane Wednesday. Of course, Rogan said he had it coming, so no kidding.
You are correct, sir.
On Saturday's episode of the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, and comedian my buddy Dan Soda called out Melvin Townsend III. That's his name? It sounds black. For instigating the violent incident on the flight and not... You know what was funny? I don't know if it's in the clip. There was some black guys watching him, the white kid, and filming him and laughing their balls off, going, this motherfucker crazy. That was the best part. And they were like fucking egging him on. It was really... Anyways, and not expecting the former heavyweight champion to retaliate. Yeah, why would you expect that? It's real simple. That dude was a douchebag. He was annoying one of the baddest motherfuckers that's ever walked the face of the earth, Rogan said. Talk about kicking a beehive, Dan Soda replied. What the fuck are you doing, dude? It's so dumb. It's not even kicking a beehive. It's like smashing it or headbutting it, Rogan responded. Let's take a look. This is fucking priceless, man. We really do live in a... I'm guessing that this shit happens... This kid just wanted to go viral or whatever, get his 5 minutes and spend the rest of his life in a wheelchair, staring it with his tongue, blinking his eyes. Watch this.
I'm not crazy. I just don't give a fuck.
He was making that face on purpose. He ain't sad inside. He is happy. And, who was the guy? That must have been a guy that was with Tyson that jumped. Jesus, I hope so. Kid, how'd you do?
You're gonna eat lightning and you're gonna crap thunder.
Look at his face. That is like, honestly, that's like a lion. You jump in the cage. You know, people jump into the fucking lions thing at the zoo sometime and poking it with a stick. Are you fucking out of your mind? And of course, Tyson, and those are legal weapons. I'm guessing once you're a pro boxer, right, that law sticks with you throughout your life. Those are weapons that you can't use. Unless somebody's doing that. If I was a judge, I'd be like, you should have crippled the motherfucker. Look at his face. Tyson's an asshole. On a JetBlue flight from San Francisco to Miami, Townsend, a fan of Tyson's, reportedly harassed Tyson, would not leave the boxer turned cannabis entrepreneur alone. That's probably what saved him. Right? Tyson was probably high as a kite, didn't want to move. According to Tyson's representatives, the incident escalated when Townsend threw a water bottle at Tyson, leading Iron Mike to repeatedly punch Townsend in the head. Townsend denies throwing anything at Tyson. Rogan added that fans need to learn that celebrities are people as well and often do not want to be stopped on the street. Yeah, leave me alone when I'm at fucking One Potato 2. Or the Pottery Barn. Look at Tyson. Yeah, I'd fuck with him on the plane. Imagine. I'd be sitting in seat 14C. He'd come up. He goes, you ain't getting in there. Fuck off. Take your bags elsewhere. Bang. If you find yourself where Mike Tyson's reaching over the back of an airline seat and punching you in the face, I think you probably earned it, said Rogan, who recently appeared on Tyson's Hot Boxing podcast. I like Tyson. When you read about how he fucking grew up, and it's an amazing story. Remember he did a one-man show a few years ago in Vegas? And he was a real historian. I really did think he got framed in that rape thing. But anyways, I'll talk to him about it when he comes to my house on Saturday. We're playing Trivial Pursuit. This guy played Skipper on Gilligan's Island. Is this the final story? All righty. I saved the best for last. Boy. Donald Trump threatens Putin. Former President Donald Trump lashed out against Russian President Vladimir Putin, who's very bloated, by the way. This is an old picture of him, but you see some clips online. He's on medication, and he's holding the table when he's talking to somebody while he's sitting down. That hand's probably doing this. Probably going to hit that button by accident. Trump lashed out against Russian President Vladimir Putin for repeatedly using the nuclear word, claiming that if he was still president, he would try and stop the strongman from ever saying it again. Hey, I thought you were for free speech. Don't start, Donald. Putin uses the N-word. That's how they got me to read the article. That's what it said in the headline. I thought, why would Putin be? There's only 2 black guys there. That was my first thought, you know.
There are white niggers.
No.
I've seen a lot of white niggers in my time.
It's not
use that word.
I don't like that word. We're talking about nuclear. I call it the N-word. This is Trump talking. He uses the N-word, the nuclear word, all the time. Trump says that's a no-no. Whoops. That's a no-no. You're not supposed to do that. Why does he talk like he's in 5th grade sometime? Trump railed during an interview on Piers Morgan Uncensored that aired on Monday. Yeah, you can't do that. He uses it on a daily basis, Trump says. And everybody's so afraid. So afraid. They're so afraid. And as they're afraid, he uses it more and more. That's why he's doing the kinds of things he's doing right now. And I mean, they're awful. Awful things. I mean, the worst things. Awful. Awful things. Maybe the worst things everybody's ever done. Asked by Morgan what he would tell Putin if he was still commander-in-chief, Trump replied, I would say, Strovitz and we have far more than you do. What is this? That sound? Here's where it's hard to defend Trump. It's like a 4th grade, they're fighting over crayons. We have 4. Do you realize, Mr. Trump, it's only going to take a couple to, blow the world to smithereen? The extra 5,000 aren't really. We have more than you do. You know what that means? We're richer than you. That's that mentality. Kiss my ass. Anyways, you can't say that word ever again. That's what he'd tell Putin. You can't say the word. There's Putin's response. Ugh. I'll come over there and bitch slap you. You cannot use the nuclear word ever again. If you do, we're gonna have problems. I'll put my son over there. I'll put him on a train, the next train to Moscow. Trump also said he warned Putin in very strong language not to invade Ukraine. Well, that worked out well. You scared the shit out of him. And threatened a U.S. response if Russia did. Let's take the look at my friend Donald Trump.
We're going to be very strongly responding if you do that. I also said to President Xi, don't go into Taiwan. And there's going to be a very strong response. They both understood that. They both had the same reaction. Really? Really? I said, really?
I want to know what the word for really is in Chinese. Really? Can you see either one responding like that? You think Putin went, really? I love this picture of Trump. I told Dallas, it looks like Joe Pesci on the cover of, I don't know if it's Goodfellas or Casino, on the box of the movie box. CD, whatever you call it. Anyhow, it looks like he's got Pesci in his face there. During the sit-down, Trump blamed Russia's brutal invasion of Ukraine on the suggesting that if he were president now, the war wouldn't be happening. Isn't it a shame all those people are dead, all because of he said.
You are correct, sir.
That is it. So be happy. It's been a good week for us politically. You know, I just hope Musk can do something and open this thing up. Maybe Zuckerberg, you might want to think about, and the jerk off that owns Google. Visit his house. What's his name? Broke on the deed. Yes. Oh, I don't like that. Two Jews walking to a bar. Two Jews are on the Titanic as it was sinking. One of them's crying. The Jew says to the other Jew, "Why are you crying? It's not your boat." Colin Quinn told me that's an old, like, a real old joke. God, was that fucking funny. What's the other one he told me that was so fucking brilliant? I don't know. Anyways, that's it. I don't want to get kicked off the internet, you know, just when Elon Musk is going to welcome me back. Don't forget to sign up at thecomicsgym.com. That's the Comics Gym, GYM, folks. And don't forget patreon.com. Sign up monthly, please. Keep the show alive. Keep me employed. And nicktip.com. If you want to buy merchandise, click on the store and check out the tour button. I'll be at Governor's May 6th, I believe, Friday, May 6th. Governor's in Levittown, Long Island. Next night, I think I'm at the Paramount Theater in Peekskill, New York. Is that right? I think that's right. Anyways, and don't forget Cameo.com. If you want me to roast a friend or a relative, go to Cameo.com. I'll make a little video on my phone. We send it to him, and he cries because it hurts. That's it, you guys. Think I'll say it. You're very welcome. We'll see you back here at the same time tomorrow. Take care, kids.